draw the manual like a niggly-piggly, shitty little tag nut. When I've knocked you out with all my bab, I'm going to take your head and ram it up my butt.
Your butt.
My butt.
Your butt.
That's right, my butt.
Ugh.
My butt. My butt.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 3 of the United Gamedom podcast. Once again, I am Darren, aka Dow, and with me is a fellow Englishman once again, and it is Liam, aka the Donovan Viper. Hello, Liam.
How you doing, mate? All good? All good?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. And how's your week been?
Not too bad. Apologies for the lateness of this podcast. I was unfortunately ill on Tuesday. I won't go into much detail about how ill I was, but it was not a very nice sight to see. So,
Yeah, that's pretty much why this one's been done over the weekend as opposed to usually Tuesday or Wednesday, because unfortunately my co-host was ill and we couldn't do it then, because we were going to plan to do this on the Tuesday, but unfortunately things got in the way. But anyway, this is our very first episode that we will have a guest. Now, few of you might know him back from the day, if some of you from GameSpot know from back from the day. He's actually a very good friend of mine from back during the sort of golden age of GameSpot. He's a Canadian, so he is, and he's from Montreal, and he's known as DBoy or Denis. Say hello, Denis.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for having me.
Yes, I pretty much just asked if you were free to do this, and you said you were fine. No, I asked Liam if he said it was okay, and he said, sure, why not? And of course we're going to have guests on, and kind of weird though that our podcast is called the United Gamedom Podcast, yet our very first guest is Canadian.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
kind of silly there. So hopefully you enjoy this podcast once again though, and still getting sort of good, not thousands of views now. We're not like fucking mega popular though, but as long as people listen to us and enjoy for what we do, then I'm happy nonetheless. So anyway, we're going into news now. Not a whole lot of news now, but anyway, the main big thing, of course, is last sort of Monday there, the start of the week is pretty much kind of, well, let's just say it's game over in a way for Game, because Game sort of officially went into administration as a sort of Monday there, kind of shortly after, not long after we did our last podcast, and it's pretty much gone around the UK that a lot of stores have closed. Unfortunately, including my own here, which I shop locally. So pretty much I have no more Game to shop at. Is any of your shops closed where you shop, Liam?
just in our city centre in Plymouth, we've got 2 game stores, and the one nearest the mall is still open, but the one in the middle of the parade is shut. So, yes, we still have one, and the game station is still alive and living, so at least we've got 2 to go to.
Yeah, I'm just really annoyed though, because I have nowhere else to shop though, and the GameStop as well. When I went to the other shopping centre in the local city, is shut as well. So I have no actual gaming specialist shops now. All I have is CEX, which is this trade-in store for you, if you didn't know, Denis, here, and HMV, which I know the Jews have in Canada as well. And that's pretty much, in terms of like game stuff though, that's all I have now. And so I'm pretty much screwed in terms of getting certain bigger new releases now. All I can get them now is pretty much online, and if luckily you can get some of them sometimes in those stores, but very much doubt it.
But how come GameStop is closed where you are? Is it linked to that, or?
No, it's not linked to that, because Game and GameStation are under the same brand, so they are known as Game Group. GameStop, because a few months ago I was actually told by someone that they were shutting all the stores of GameStop in Northern Ireland, where I live.
Okay.
And someone told me that. I was like, but yeah, mine's still open, and I guess they just shut it down now, because I think all the other GameStop stores were shut though, and it's pretty much just sort of followed suit, which is kind of a shame though. But the fact is, GameStop here it's all right though. It's not like horror stories like you get from, you know, North America now,
Yeah.
which you can pretty much look on YouTube or on internet for many of the stories like that now. But their trading prices did suck. Some of their used games were pretty ludicrous in terms of prices, where you can get them much cheaper in game and elsewhere than you could in there. So pretty much a lot of stores were closed down for game though, and I've been saying for the last few weeks it's a shame though, but I don't have anywhere else to go now, and a lot of people as well. Again, a lot of people are kind of upset though because they enjoyed going to game, but a lot of people say, yep, glad to see that back of them, good riddance to them, they suck, blah 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 blah, which I just don't like though, but so I don't at the end of the day. That's pretty much it though. Like I said, we've gone too much about the game story anyway though. It's been on like every single episode, and pretty much we'll be seeing the back of it now once it's in administration though. But I think it's actually might be coming out of its administration or something like that, like a few days ago, but I don't think we want to follow it up though because we talked too much about it anyway. Super Interactive now, who have done like the SOCOM series and that there, have unfortunately officially shut down. But the thing is though, it's sad to see any studio shut down, wherever you played their games or not though. And this one is just an hour-long line of studios from the past, like Chrome Studios got shut down there,
Yeah.
Australian one, like last year or the year before, and
Well, you had the
Clover Studios as well, like a lot of years back. What are you gonna say, Dennis?
yeah, you have the guys who did Bizarre Creations. That's a big one. That's a big.
That was a big one there as well. That unfortunately Activision pretty much just screwed them over sideways.
Yep.
And said, "Fuck, your games are not up to par. You're not performing well. We'll just shut you down." If you just let them do like pretty much racing game that they did best, like Project Gotham,
Yeah.
they might still be around. Although they did Blur though, but it just didn't really perform well in the sales.
No,
But
Activision just wants Call of Duty games. That's the only thing they want.
That's pretty much all they're known for nowadays, though, because it still sells by the fucking truckload, and quite frankly, I'm sick to death of Call of Duty, though, and I'm sure many of our listeners and throughout the land are the same as well. So, Super Interactive have officially shut down. I said, sad, like, I've never played any of the SOCOM games, so, I don't think you haven't played any of them either, haven't you, Des?
No, it's a damn shame though, because when you see a video game, company shut down like that, it's bad news. You don't have a lot of choices anymore. You have a couple of little studios, but not a lot of big stuff. You see all the big ones who do the big games are gonna stay there forever, like 343 or Bungie, stuff like that. They're gonna stay at the top for a while, but other little ones that just don't get a lot of sales, and they do pretty decent games. I heard the SOCOM games were actually pretty decent, pretty good. It's a shame to see them disappear like that.
Have you played any of their games, Liam?
I'm afraid I haven't.
So we don't have really a lot to say about it anyway. We can't go on and say, oh, I love SOCOM. I know a person who pretty much played the shit out of SOCOM though. So he did though. But that's pretty much all I know about SOCOM. But I've like seen footage of it now.
Mhm.
But it just didn't look like my kind of game at the end of the day. And another sort of news as well, speaking of Activision and Call of Duty and that, the sort of creative strategist, Robert Bowling, who's pretty known on like Twitter and that as 402, he did those those little guide videos like before like certain Call of Duty games were launched. You've seen like his gamer tag or whatever, has officially left Infinity Ward, and he's no longer the creative strategist of Call of Duty, and he's pretty much been there pretty while though as well though.
Yeah.
So again, he's probably just want to move on to certain pastures now, and I think kind of a big backlash is this as well though. The fact is that he's pretty much got a lot of hate mail pretty much on Twitter, just saying, fuck you, glad you're left, you fucking suck dick, hope you die. Pretty much, typical certain,
Yeah, that's
internet
awful.
idiots. And it's pretty much, it's kind of the same way as, certain, people reply, game, going under, and
Mhm.
things like that as well. And, it's probably those same kind of people that are really pissed off at the Mass Effect 3 ending, which we'll get into in just a few moments' time, though, because I finished Mass Effect 3 and I just want to give my thoughts on it, though. So I do. I think that's pretty much all. I don't know if you have anything else to say. Have you got any more news, Dennis?
I don't think anything else has been. I think PAX East is next week. Is that
Yes,
coming
I
up
think
next
it's
week?
next week or the week after, though.
Yeah.
I'll probably have some news coming from it now, and I would actually really like to go to one of those, though. Especially PAX East, because it'll probably be a bit, cheaper for me. But since I live a couple of thousand miles away, that is not going to be cheap.
No.
And I'll probably have to save for a year before I can actually do that, because I don't get paid loads of money now.
It's in Boston, right? Is it in Boston?
Yes, it is in Boston now, which of course is a city is going to be in Assassin's Creed 3,
Yep.
which it seems pretty cool indeed, and very much looking forward to that. Again, another thing, I've been playing it as well, which I'll give my thoughts in just a few moments. So anyway, let's get into the games that we've been playing, and let's say guests go first. So Dennis, what you've been playing?
Well, as you said, I myself finished Assassin's Creed, no, Mass Effect 3, rather. Yeah, I think you're going to talk about the ending a little later, so we'll keep that for that.
Well, I'm pretty much going to be talking about it here, though. I'm not
Okay.
going to spoil it now
No.
for people who still be playing it, though. But so what? Basically, without giving spoilers, what did you think? Do you agree with all this backlash, or do you just yeah, it's not great though, but it's not nowhere near bad as people claim it to be.
No, it's not fantastic. I was kind of expecting a little more. I can see why people were pissed, because the way it ends, I can kind of see why some people would get mad, at the ending. But I just said, hey, it's a video game, and stuff like this, it's original. It's not, rainbows and pretty little pink horses or whatever and everything. It's grim. The entire game, I think everybody knows that the entire game is grim. I mean,
Yeah, there's a lot of sort of grim stuff though. You see characters dying, and there's pretty big choices you have to make though, in terms of do you side with this do you side with this race, or do you side
Yeah.
with this race, and things like that now.
so it's pretty grim. I didn't expect, an ending to be like, oh my God, everything's all nice, all good, everything's great now. I expected something. And if you play the game and you have no idea what's going to happen in the end, like Jeff Gerstmann said, you're clueless. Because, I mean, it's kind of really, 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 how can I say, you know what's going to happen while playing the game. I mean, if you don't, you miss the clues, and you miss I mean, I saw the spoilers when everything came out, when BioWare said they were going to change the ending.
Oh, so you pretty much knew what the ending was before you finished it then?
I knew what the ending was going to be, but I mean, even if I hadn't had it spoiled for me, I kind of knew what was going up. Because you kind of know all along the way things are going. You kind of know what's going to happen. I mean,
Now, what option did you choose?
the option I chose, we won't spoil anything.
Left, middle, or
I
right?
chose
Pretty much.
the middle one.
Right, I chose the left one, so...
Okay.
But the thing is, that's one of the things as well, a lot of people notice, the endings are not really that different, though. It's just pretty much a different color palette.
Color palette and different characters that
That's
show up.
pretty much it, though. And it's there's a little extra thing as well before the credits, though, if you chose the right option as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
but I've been playing as well. I don't think it's as bad as some people claim it is. It's not brilliant though, but I've experienced worse endings though.
Oh, yeah.
I think the Halo 2 ending kind of sucked though, but the thing is, I finished it though, like kind of a few weeks before Halo 3 came out, so I didn't have to wait like,
Yeah.
nearly 3 years.
Mhm.
So I pretty much finished it at a perfect time. But I could see why people were annoyed at that ending though, because it just pretty much ended like in a cliffhanger. It's like, oh fuck's sake, we have to wait another couple of years now for the, like, well, not final installment now, but for the next installment.
Yeah, Halo 2 was from a gamer's perspective, it was a horrible ending. But I mean, from the people who actually made the game, it was brilliant the way they did it, because it's kind of, oh, well, you know that Halo 3 is coming, so
And yeah, and you want to buy it.
yeah, you guys are going to have to wait and see what happens, and you're going to have to buy a Halo 3. It's the way they did it was brilliant, but from a gamer's perspective, it was really shitty to have to wait all that time to see what actually happens, so.
Right, just before, right, you finished Mass Effect 3 now, so do you prefer it over Mass Effect 2, or did you enjoy Mass Effect 2 more?
Quite honestly, I enjoyed Mass Effect 2 more.
I have to agree, though. There is certain things that I did enjoy Mass Effect 3 overall. Still think it's a great game.
Yeah.
There's just some moments of it are fucking brilliant, so they are. Just some of the choices you have to make are kind of, oh man, like there is certain points in that game, like, oh, I have to pause here and think, because I didn't want to, like, just
Yeah, exactly.
go on stick day, or do I go this way or do I go this way? It's just like really, really kind of moral choices. So
yeah, it's a very emotional, there are a lot of emotional, if you've done all of the DLC prior to the game, and you have a couple of characters that are added to the game, some scenes, like, I'll just say the scene with Thane Krios, I think that was the most emotional for me, anyway, for the game. That was very, very well done. Very well done.
Oh, when he was in the hospital now,
Yeah.
is that the
With
one?
his son
Right,
and
yeah.
everything. Yeah, that was.
Yes, that was very good though. So yeah, but like it's just really like there's a bit more character development in this one though, more than it was in the other ones. So it was at the end of the day, and I really did enjoy it.
Yeah, that was. I mean, Mass Effect 2. The thing I didn't like from 3, well, was the whole side quest stuff. The way you get the side quest is absolutely ridiculous. I think it is dumb that you just like walk past somebody and you hear them say something and, oh, I'm gonna go to this planet and get this thing for this guy that I don't even know, and I'm gonna bring it back to him. And I think that was ridiculous.
That was kind of crap though. You're pretty much like, oh, hey, I just managed to listen in your conversation. I just basically shepherd the nosy Parker.
Yeah.
I'm basically eavesdropping on your conversation. I'll just go to this planet and get this item and bring it back to you.
And the people
And you just say, thanks.
Yeah, the people you give it to are like, oh, well, thank you, I needed that. And they're not like, what the hell is wrong with you? You're eavesdropping on me? When
You
spying
stalker.
on me? I mean, that's a little
Yeah.
ridiculous. That's a little, I think that completely, it doesn't break the game, but it doesn't have its place in the game. I would like, side quests where you see, hey, you can have, a little question mark or a little exclamation point or something glowing telling you, hey, this guy kind of has a side quest for you. Go see him. Because I played Kingdoms of Amalur before I played Mass Effect 3, and I'm used to seeing the exclamation point over the head of the person who has a quest for you.
Like,
And
exactly.
I think that, okay, yeah, they wanted to make it more immersive, but it comes off as being, stalker shepherd going around and doing stuff for people he doesn't even know or she doesn't even know. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's a thing as well. Like sometimes you won't even know if you even got the item though, unless you like go back to the Citadel and it says click on your right stick to see the map and says like a new character name. It's like, oh right, okay, I must have got a certain item for that guy then.
Hmm. It doesn't even tell you, like in the quests, they don't even update.
It doesn't like it doesn't like you got this item, go back to this character. Like you could probably go through that and have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can that's stunk pretty much.
Yep. But it's a great game nonetheless. It's really.
Yeah, I still enjoy it though, but I enjoyed Mass Effect 2 more anyway. It's just because the thing I didn't like about I like 3. I liked the fact that it took place, in like the final area though, but there wasn't like any like kind of boss battle at the end.
Yeah.
like, you know, in the first game you had, like, you know, at Siren, and then the second one you had, like, you know, the Proto Reaper.
Yeah, you had what's his name? He has a name. Oh man, he has that Reaper has a name. I can't remember what it is. You remember the name of the Reaper that you need to attack at the end? It has a name, and I can't remember the name of the Reaper.
Oh, what, in this Mass Effect
Mass
3?
Effect 2. The Reaper you attack at the end. The Reaper.
Oh, I forget. I know it's like just that Proto Reaper one, though. It's called that, though. It's like a big, like, fucking Terminator
Yeah.
looking dude.
Mhm.
That's pretty much what I just know it as.
Gonna have to look it up. It's bothering me now. But anyway, yeah, as you said, I guess Mass Effect 2 had more. I don't know. It's just a little bit better the story structure and everything, but still.
Yeah, I still enjoyed the whole trilogy anyway, though, despite the sort of flawed ending that people didn't like.
Yeah.
So, have you been playing anything else?
Myself, I've restarted playing Syndicate on. Like I have to say, I'm playing it on easy because I actually played it on normal for a couple of hours. But when you get to the middle of the story, it gets really tough. Like it gets really hard, and you're not upgraded enough to fight. I think I redid one mission probably 25 times before I got bored and said, okay, I gotta stop this because I can't go through it. So I'm restarting on easy and playing that, playing some. I'm a big baseball fan, so I'm playing some MLB 12 The Show. Playing that a little bit. Great game.
Which we never get over here, though, because, like, I think the last sort of baseball game we got here is, like, the Bigs, too.
Yeah, the Bigs. That's pretty good.
That's pretty much, like, I don't think you probably get any cricket games or anything like that
No,
now.
we don't.
That's pretty much, you just never get any cricket games, we never get any baseball games.
Okay. Well, that was pretty good. I mean, it's a pretty great game. That's pretty much what I've been playing so far. I guess we can check what you guys have been playing. Especially
Okay,
Liam.
yeah, Liam, he's pretty much been quiet for the last 20 minutes because we just go rambling on about Mass Effect, and he's like, okay, I have no, like, interest, or I haven't played this game. So what have you been playing, Liam?
I have been playing, as you all remembered last week, I only needed the online achievements in WWE All-Stars to completely, fully 1K that game, and I managed to do it. And I'll
That's
tell
pretty
you, trading 100 wins online with 50 wins apiece, so 100 wins in total for, well,
good. People are still playing that game online, Liam?
they are.
Yeah?
Surprisingly. Yeah.
That's good.
So doing that with somebody who I met on TrueAchievements.com, because that's a website where you sign up, and whether you're a casual gamer and you just want to keep a record of what achievements you have and how many you've accumulated over the month or the week or whatever, or it creates boosting sessions, which it basically helps you complete the game faster and it gives you rewards and everything like that. So I met somebody on there last Saturday evening. We went from 7:30 in the evening to 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
Having about a 10-minute break at about 10:30.
Wow.
But we did it. We did it. We were dedicated. We did it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I actually remember doing that for TNA wrestling. I don't know if any of you played. Have any of you played TNA wrestling?
No.
I have. I remember getting the TNA champion achievement and getting champion status as well. So
Yeah, I just pretty much did that as well. I like found someone as well and just pretty much, like, you know, just boosted to win that as well, though, because I couldn't do it properly because the online of it, the sort of gameplay structure in that was, I think, was like the game had some good points and bad points. I think the pin system was kind of broken in a way,
Yes.
because sometimes it's been a while since I actually played it, though, but I did find it broken, though. Did you get all the achievements in it?
I did.
I got all of them except for, I think, Shark Boy now, because you had to, like, fucking do loads of matches in, like, a lock him or something, or
You had
Because
to.
no, you had to win. You had to beat every single opponent with him,
Yes.
and there was certain wrestlers you had to unlock though by getting matches, and that was like, oh, screw this, I can't be bothered playing this anymore. That's the only achievement I never got though, unless they have any. Did they ever get any post DLC achievements or anything like
None
that?
at all. None.
No. So my gamer score for that's 950.
Sharkboy playing as him, I must admit, that was one of the most entertaining superstars that I played with. Because he was a mocking or a what do they call it? A duplicate, kind of like mockery of Stone Cold Steve Austin at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of his gimmick. Yeah, that's right.
So his finisher was the stunner, and when you taunted them, he goes, "That's the fishy line," because Sharkboy said so. And things like that. It was ridiculous when it first came out. It came out in 07, didn't it?
I think it was 08, I believe. I can check here now, and I believe it was 08 though, because...
But there was that black guy also that used to do Macho Man. Right?
Yeah, Jay Lethal,
Yeah.
yes.
Jay Lethal.
Who no longer wrestles for TNA, so that's a bit disappointing.
Oh, he doesn't anymore? Okay.
He doesn't know. They don't seem to like their gimmicky wrestlers at all anymore.
Hmm.
Which is a shame.
Haven't watched TNA in a while. I'm more of a WWE guy.
Oh, we've got a lot to talk about WWE later on.
Yes,
Well,
so you're happy to know, Dennis, that Liam's pretty big wrestling fan as well,
Oh,
since we
okay.
talked about wrestling for like maybe, 20 minutes or so at the end of the first podcast.
That's good.
So,
That's good.
so have you been playing anything else? I know you've been doing a stream though, if you want to plug it,
Yeah,
because
it's all the w's.twitch.tv/the Donovan Viper. Recently, I've been playing mainly Zelda games. I completed Link's Awakening 2 days ago. I did that in 2 6-hour parts, and I was bridging around 10 to 12 people per stream. So they came out there, and I think we all had a good time, and chat interaction is always good. And yeah, Link's Awakening, my favourite Legend of Zelda game. So I don't know what either of your favourite Legend of Zelda games are, lads.
as much as you and Dennis likes wrestling, no, he's not a big fan of like sort of most things Nintendo, unfortunately.
No, I'm not a big Nintendo.
And Liam's kind of a big Nintendo fanboy, so that's kind of.
Well, I mean, Nintendo.
Today, isn't it?
Yeah, what they do with their big properties. I mean, Zelda and Link and Zelda and Mario. It's good because they keep the legends alive, if you want. But everything else that has to do with third party and all that, it's not very good. I mean, it's not what brings the Wii, to its popularity. It's Zelda, Mario. You could say
Casuals. It was mostly casual games as well.
Yeah.
Like Wii Sports, not there, really brought it into the forefront as well.
but supposedly it's going to change with the Wii U. It's going to be more hard-hitting stuff, like I know Assassin's Creed 3 is coming to the Wii U and other stuff. I think it's going to be more of it's going to enter the ring, I guess, with the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. It's going to have more of those types of games to play on, which is good for the Wii, honestly, because some of the games, because I know my little nephew has a Wii, and we buy him some games sometimes, and oh my god, I mean, some of them, like the Lego games on that, oh boy, there's a little problem, I mean, with, it's like,
They look ugly.
yeah, something, props to Nintendo, because it's because of them that we still have video games coming out now.
Yeah, like I know some people don't like Nintendo, they're not really, they're more like Microsoft and Sony fanboys, but just basically you have to go back and say, if it wasn't for Nintendo, there might not have been any more video games today, because the whole big video game crash of '83 and that there, and then Nintendo came out with the the Famicom, and Nintendo had Mario Brothers and all those games and that there. If it wasn't for that, if that never happened, who knows what would be today?
Probably no more games coming out.
Yeah, be reduced to watching some shitty ass TV shows and things like that, like Jersey Shore and fucking crap like that.
No, but props to Nintendo. I mean, what they do today, not, the biggest thing. I think they're getting swaddled up by Microsoft. But I mean, maybe the Wii U is going to change. We haven't heard a lot about the Wii U, but I think when it comes out, it's going to be a big seller again for Nintendo. I think. I hope.
So anyway, yeah, that's true. Anyway, Liam, back to you.
Yeah,
Sorry about
yeah.
that little side tangent.
No worries, no worries. The last and final game I've been playing this week, and I'm currently streaming it, so depending on when this podcast goes up, whether I'm still playing it or not on the stream.
It'll probably be tomorrow, which will be the Sunday. So
What?
I usually just record it the day before and then have it like up the day after.
So quite possibly, I am running through The Legend of Zelda: The Link to the Past.
Oh, that
My
one.
favorite game of all time.
Just trying to bring in the viewership, get the retro side of people coming in. Then I'll get a composite cable for the Xbox, and I'll plug the old Xbox in and get some more current gen people, and get the stream up and running and everything like that. So really, it's been on the retro side, and at the minute, I am outside the Dark World third dungeon in the Lost Woods.
Yes, I know exactly where you're at.
Currently, I am just about to bust open the large chest and get
Yes.
get the fire rod.
Yes.
Spoilers.
Like
Yeah.
I,
How many years is that too late? 19 years too late for spoilers.
Yeah.
actually, it's 20, believe it's like 91, 92. So
Damn.
it came out. So, but like I can go on all day about Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. I say it's my favorite game of all time. I just adore that game.
But silly old me forgot that Link could pull statues backwards, didn't I? So he's there in the dungeon and he's getting attacked by the hand that comes down and grabs you and chucks you at the back of the entrance of where you came in. But hang on, I'm not having fun here. So, because you've got to push the statues, but I didn't realise you could pull them onto the flip switch.
Yeah, it's like you can push them and pull them as well. Yeah, exactly.
And it always makes me laugh when I see Link try and pull something, because it always looks as though he's trying to do a turd. With the tears coming out of his eyes and everything.
Yeah, I think he's...
With major-
Yeah. He's like, I did it. Oh, wait. So basically, mateys, that's all I've been playing this week. So I pass it over to Darren.
Yes, thank you very much. I actually did forget one big news story that came out as well before going into what I've been playing. I just been looking at Twitter about the PS4 rumors,
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's true.
which is supposed to be codenamed Orbis,
Okay.
and apparently might be again like the Xbox 360, the next Xbox. I mean, that it might be some sort of anti-used games, and that it'll have a sort of anti-used games like system
Yeah, that's
where you
right.
can like you'd have a code or something linked to that system. It's a one-time deal, and if you use the code or whatever to like register for that system, then the game will be I don't think you can use it in anything else.
That's right. I read that somewhere. That's awful if they do that. I mean, they're gonna piss off a lot of stores if they start doing that. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're just trying to kill off the used market, though, and for some people that ain't gonna be great because, like, the fact is we're not rich. Like, none of us are like super duper rich now.
Yeah.
We can't go out all the time and buy $60 games, £40 games or whatever now, and more if you're getting like the collector's editions and that there. We can't go out every week or month and like buy 10 fucking full price games now. We
Yeah.
can't unless we're bloody rich.
Exactly.
So if they're trying to like get rid of the whole used market though, it's like, yo, you can't, you could just either buy new games or you're screwed. Then they're gonna lose a lot of people because of this.
Yep.
Because a lot of people, a lot of people pretty much only buy used games or when they're cheaper,
Mhm.
when they're on sale. I'm pretty much do that. I buy a lot of used games. I'm sure you buy a lot of used games as well, Liam.
I do.
I don't know about you, Dennis, though. You usually, from what I hear from you, you just usually just buy certain like new releases. Do you buy any new games at all?
I rarely buy used games. It's just something I'm not comfortable with because I
So pretty much,
with it.
yeah, pretty much Sony. Yeah, Sony. The next system, if the rumors are true, pretty much appeals to you.
Well, I mean, no, I mean, I won't be bothered by it, but it's still something like if Microsoft comes out and says, "Hey, we're not doing that. If you want to buy used games, go ahead. You know, no problem." Sony's gonna get a kick in the butt for doing what they're doing right now because I know a big majority of people buy used games. I know a lot of them do, and that's just gonna hurt them if they do something like that.
It's pretty much the next step up from online passes in my eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's another, like, I can probably rant here now. I did, like, a little thing on Twitter there recently. Like, EA and Ubisoft and, like, THQ and people like that, they do online passes, for, like, SmackDown and, sports games and that
Yep.
there.
Mm-hmm.
But the good thing about them is they have trials.
Exactly.
So if you don't, like, have the code or something, or you just want to try the MP for, like, a couple of days or whatever it is, like, go ahead, yeah. It's like, yeah, I'll try it out. I want to see what it's like. If I like it enough, I can, buy the online pass and want to play more.
Mhm.
If you get a Sony game, you're pretty much fucked.
Yeah.
Because either you get the game, like if you get it used and like the code's been used, like nope, you can't use it. You can't, you go a trial period. You either go without or buy an online pass. Because I rented Twisted Metal there. So I did, and played like maybe 30 minutes to an hour of the single player,
Mm-hmm.
and it has an online pass, of course, but you can't use a trial. You have to go on, redeem a code, pay like £8 for the online pass, or else you can go without the
That's dumb.
multiplayer. I hate that because like again, back to things. Not everyone can buy like full price games all the time, and if they're rented or something. At least give them the fucking option to try it out.
Yep.
To see if it warrants a full purchase. Instead of fucking like leaving pretty much half the game out.
I mean, yeah, online passes is good because, as you said, you can try it out and, I don't like it. Okay, I won't buy it. And you still have, even if you buy the game used, you still have the option to go online and buy the pass.
Yes. It's like, yeah, like they usually just have, like, I got Driver as well, or like I sent it back though, San Francisco, it has like the trial as well.
Mhm.
You could try it out, but you don't, like, if you don't have the money, if you don't care about it, you don't need to. But like for those people who like to try it out, like I like to try out the Twisted Metal multiplayer, but I can't because you have to pay £8. I'm not paying £8.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, that's bad marketing, but and I heard the single player in the Twisted Metal isn't that good, of what I heard. So
Like it's mainly like that pretty much is a multiplayer focused
Yeah.
game, though, and for like leaving it out though for those people who can't like afford it, can't like don't just want to just try it out anyway for like a couple of days or whatever. I just don't like it though. What are your thoughts on it, Liam? Like the online passes and that whole business?
I must admit, if there are games that that I've bought and it really intrigues me and it's got multiplayer online with it, EA MMA, I bought it second hand. Bearing in mind I only paid £3 for it, so. And then yes, I did shell out the £8 for the online pass, but. Same with SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, I did the same for that, but I've only done it a couple of times for games that I really, really want to play. But if they introduce it into every single game that they're going to release, these respected companies here, I use the term respected quite loosely because it is one of those things that I do disagree on. As you've already said, and I will reiterate this, not everybody can afford, brand new games every time that they come out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So basically, we're in a recession, And the fact that, even if they gave a 7-day trial and put selected gamers who are on the trial into the same games.
I believe THQ do the 7-day trials though for like
I think so.
WWE games. And I think EA and Ubisoft, I think they do 48 hours.
Yeah, that's not a lot. 48 hours. I mean,
It's still better than fucking nothing that Sony's giving you.
yeah, of course, but
Assistance 3, I like to try that co-op and multiplayer and that couldn't do the same. Well, you had the single player when I rented it, so...
yeah. Go on, Liam.
But if they were to, give you 7 days, just as an example, and not integrate, lock out the achievements or trophies on that side of the server, lock out so it's just the people that are playing on the free trials rather than integrating them with the people who have paid good money for them. I think, it could work, but it's just the developers and the publishers need to open their eyes and see it from our perspective rather than being money-grabbing, greedy people that they are being perceived to be these days.
Yeah, not a lot of companies are ready to, I guess, invest in that, I would say. They're not ready to, they want to make money. I mean, everybody wants to make money. That's, I don't fault them for making money, but when you do stuff like that, that's a little, like, bad. I can't say bad, but bad for the consumer. I don't think that's, if somebody says, I want to play Twisted Metal online, and he can't, like Darren can't play Twisted Metal online, doesn't want to pay the money that it costs to do that, he'll just say, hey, whatever,
Yeah.
I'll just go with it then.
Yeah. And that's going to probably hurt them. So.
It does make you wonder which they prefer, though, the money or their fan base.
What do you think?
If you don't have a fan base, you can't make money. So if they didn't have a fan base, you can see the prices of the online pack is probably double or triple. So
I think it depends on the company. I mean, really, like Activision probably doesn't give a shit about their fan base. It's like, we're making money. We're going to release 15 million Call of Duty games. And, we know you idiots are all going to buy them. And you're all going to play online, and you're all going to pay your pass, and you're all going to... So, here you go, with 15 million map packs and 15 million stuff like that. You're all going to buy it. But, that's how it is. That's how they think. And people do it. People just... I know somebody who plays Call of Duty. He's been... Darren knows him also, where he's been playing Call of Duty non-stop, pretty much since it's been released. Like Caddy?
Yes.
He's been playing that, and I'm pretty sure
pretty much all he plays. So it's this Scottish guy that we've known from back in GameSpot. He pretty much plays, nearly I don't have him on 360 friends list though, but I had him though on 7. And usually every time I go on when he's on, it's just a Call of Duty game. And I think he from what I know, all he plays is that and StarCraft 2 pretty much.
Yeah, well, StarCraft 2, that's another thing. They don't really make you pay to play. But, I mean, Call of Duty, they release a map, a map pack or something. They're going to make you pay for the map pack. It's not like back in the day when I used to play Unreal Tournament, 2004, when there was a new map pack or a new map.
It was
You
free.
just go online and download it and play it. That's it. They'll pay money for a map. It's stupid. We could go on and on about this, but,
Yeah.
Yeah, because I haven't gone through my games have been played yet. We'll come back to Tangent City and Newses as well. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, we can say it'd probably be a topic though. We could talk about in another episode anyway about the whole online passes use system thing, which I probably will do for
Yeah.
the future anyway. It'll be interesting. But anyway, let's get back into the topic here. What I've been playing. I already discussed about Mass Effect 3 though, so I'm not going to go on about another 20 minutes with it now.
Yeah, I have the name of the what we were looking for earlier. It's Harbinger.
Oh yes. I was wondering if that was the one you were thinking. No, I just didn't want to say it just in case I was wrong now. But that is the one, yeah.
Sorry.
Which I think you see for like a split second in the third one or something, and that was it.
Yeah, you see him a little bit. And
Yeah, and I was like, okay, is that all we get?
yeah,
Like,
and the Reaper talks about the Reaper that you have to shoot down. He talks about Harbinger, and
yeah.
that's pretty much it. So
For those who've been playing Mass Effect 3 listening, sorry about the sort of spoiler show, a bit of the spoiler show, but I'll probably just, probably do like a spoiler warning anyway when I put this up on YouTube and things like that anyway, so.
well, I don't think it's a really big spoiler that you have to
Yeah.
fight a Reaper. I don't think.
Yeah, but there is people who, like, I'm not really that kind of guy now who's really annoyed about spoilers, like some people are.
Hmm.
Like, if I find out about something, I'm not going to go, oh, for fuck's sake. Well, some people go pretty much ape shit.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like being spoiled is Walking Dead. My Walking Dead show, somebody spoils that for me. That's
But
bad.
but like, of course they're going to say, like, people are going to talk about it on Twitter though, so
Yeah,
pretty much, like,
you have to avoid
it's
Twitter.
on like the day after, isn't it, in Canada and
Yeah.
in the States. That's the same way with us now with Game of Thrones, which is coming back on this week. It's on back
Yeah,
on tomorrow
tomorrow.
night in the
Mhm.
States, and it's on here in the UK the Monday, which I cannot wait for. So I'll probably, maybe avoid Twitter for a bit, maybe, and if I see something about says Game of Thrones, it's like, okay, skipping that.
Yeah, well, that's it. Well, tomorrow's Game of Thrones, but most
And
importantly, it's
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania. So.
It is.
No,
It is. You've got my attention now.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later on as well. So we will. Anyway, right. That's of course Mass Effect 3. I played it, finished it, really enjoyed it. I started on Assassin's Creed Revelations. Now I've played a few hours of it, and I actually did the first, tower defense mission in it, Dennis.
How did you find it?
And yeah, I can see why people don't like it. I don't like it. I do not like the tower defense, but portion of that game.
Exactly.
It's crap.
When I played that, I
It
did
doesn't
the
fit
first one.
into the game at all.
Yeah, I did the first one, and I was like, okay, well, that's what completely. Like I was playing Mass Effect, I'm not Mass Effect, but Assassin's Creed, and I was like, oh well, this is it's Assassin's Creed, but the whole thing about also what's his face there? I keep forgetting the name of the guy, not Ezio, but Desmond, yeah. The whole world he's in. You have to do platforming. You have to jump from one place to the other. And what the hell is this? It's not Mario. We're not playing Mario. We're not playing, It's like, it's a platformer, and then when you go into the tower defense, it's like they're trying to bring different kinds of
Different
game
genres,
styles,
pretty much.
different genres in the game, and it doesn't fit with Assassin's Creed. That's all I'm gonna say. It doesn't fit with the whole Assassin's Creed thing. That's why I stopped playing it. I have to get back into it, but that's why.
Yeah, I think I played it. I think I started Wednesday, kind of Wednesday evening, or like Wednesday before I went to work and that there.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it thus far, though. I did that there. I had to do that one again though, because I pretty much got to the end part where you had to take down that big tower thing.
Yeah.
And it had a fucking slither of energy left, but it basically broke through, and I had to bloody do the whole bloody thing again, which annoyed the hell out of me. Didn't have checkpoints in it.
No.
Had to do the whole damn thing again, and that was 5-10 minutes wasted.
Yeah, tower defense thing is really, really bad.
I don't think I've seen anyone, from what I've known on Twitter or elsewhere, say it's actually like that part. I think pretty much that part's pretty much universally hated.
Yep. It doesn't belong in the game, honestly.
I don't like it, and I hope I doubt it though. I hope the hell they learn from their mistakes,
Oh,
even though it is
pretty
an
sure.
entirely different team though. I think.
Yeah, it's a
Working
different
on
team.
Assassin's Creed 3.
It's not
So,
Montreal.
but hopefully,
It's not Ubisoft Montreal, is it?
I don't know. Could be that team there's fucking 50 Ubisoft teams though,
Yeah.
so you don't know which one's doing which though,
Mhm.
because that's pretty much the reason why that Assassin's Creed games came out pretty much yearly after 2.
Yeah.
Because the Ubisoft team, like the Montreal team and elsewhere, like a fucking huge, like a couple of hundred people work there easily. So anyway, I've been playing it though. Like I still think those games look fucking great though. Like the whole world,
Of
they're
course,
absolutely
yeah.
gorgeous to look at though. Like I like Constantinople, it looks pretty cool from what I've seen thus far. I like the first area you go through, like was it Masiev Castle?
Yeah.
It was pretty cool though, like kind of like snowy, like blizzardy kind of area. Really enjoyed it. As I say, I heard it's not as good as Brotherhood and 2 though. I'm looking forward to seeing I'm looking forward to, playing through it though and see what the ending is and see how it leads up to like 3 if it does or anything like that now. I heard the ending to it's not that great.
I've already watched it on YouTube. Because I'm not sure I'm going to go back to the game. I just.
And how is it? Like, is it mediocre or what?
It's all right. I guess it's all right. It's not extraordinary. I mean, it puts an end to everything that has to do with Ezio, but it's not great. It's not fantastic. It's all right, but it's not fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. Liam has sort of been playing as well, not like recently though, but he's been going through the season. You said you were in Brotherhood, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm at the start of Brotherhood, but it's been so long, as you said, I can't remember anything about Brotherhood, so 2's vivid in my mind, but anything past that is a haze, really, so...
Brotherhood
like,
is the best one. Brotherhood is the best Assassin's Creed game so far, in my opinion.
I don't know. I think I might still be partial to 2 though, but I say I really like 2. I really like Brother. I like both of them, but I'm not a fan of the first one.
No.
Like I said before in the podcast, I don't like the first one.
You played the first one, Liam? How do you find it? The first one.
The first one, it was innovative at the time, and the whole, when you saw, what was he called, the chappie that was being the executed man in the tower.
Yeah.
That really, I was like, whoa, we've got a game on our hands here. But the thing that let it down for me was the whole, going around collecting the flags.
Yeah.
I wanted to play an in-depth game that was, it looked really good. You could assassinate anybody and everybody, and even though you shouldn't have assassinated the civilians, I still did.
Murder!
It was like Grand Theft Auto, but 14th, 15th century. But
actually, it was 12th.
Yeah, the new ones in
18th century colonial America, which be interesting.
But I loved the first 2, I must admit. And as I said, the only thing that let it down was the collecting of the flags.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like 2 and Motherhood's a bit more better though, because there's more variety in them than there is in the first one though. Like, I did like the free running, of course. I still like that in the newer games though. It's just the mission variety and like just pretty much let it down though. Just there's not much to do in the first game, as opposed to there is in like the second one.
Yeah, second one you can buy all the.
You can buy shops and like renovate them.
I love that.
Renovate them.
I love doing that.
And like the third one's even more. Well, it's renovating was really only in the like the village part in the second one, wasn't it?
The renovating? No, you can do it everywhere.
No, I was.
Oh no, the second one. Yeah, you're right.
The second one was only in the village. I think it was in Monterigoni. I think it was.
Monterigoni. Yeah.
I think it was that. And the third, well, like when you're in Rome, it's pretty much everywhere in Rome.
Yeah, you're right.
So it was. So when I've been playing that, I got Need for Speed The Run for rent from Love Film.
Oh, how is that? I seen your tweets. You like it?
Yeah, I actually really enjoy it. Like, I'm actually trying to beat Steph's times on it. So yeah, I'm just like her and like my cousin, like they're the only ones on my friends list that have actually played it. And I've been trying to beat her time, so I don't know why though. Like every time I fuck up, it's like, oh, restart the event. Even though like there's restats, but I just say restart the entire event because I'm not going to beat her time now. And I'm just really doing that there. Like I beat her I did on stage I think I'm stage 4 now, I think it is, yeah. And I beat her first 2 stage times overall, and she beat me in the stage 3 by like flipping 0 point something, like very, very close.
Yeah.
So she did, and I'm on stage 4. I really like it though. Like, I probably wouldn't pay full price for it now,
hmm
but it's like, if you like your Need for Speed games, then it's worth a look though. I just like the whole, like, just pretty much a cross-country race.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Like, you see San Francisco, and then you go through like the Californian desert,
It's like
pretty
a
much, like
cannonball
Death
run.
Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, rat race, even though that was like Las Vegas to New Mexico.
hmm
And like, you go, like, went through Las Vegas there, like pretty much escaping from the police.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome in this Las Vegas part. Like, you have to drive through it, and like all the other car drivers were getting like busted. You like getting crashed into the police, and you just going swooping by them then as well. Really enjoyed it though. I'm really enjoying it. That's pretty much what I've been playing at the moment though. Like in terms of like currently though, very good.
Haven't you played the
Twisted Metal.
Journey?
I mentioned that last week.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
Because that was I mentioned that last week. So if you go back to listening to it, you can hear me gush all over that game though. As Liam would be, I can't.
Apparently it's awesome. I heard it's really, really fantastic.
Exactly though. Like the price tag might like turn off some though. It is £10, $15 for like a 90-minute 2-hour game, but I still think it's like, especially I paid 1,200 points for something like Rocket Knight on Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah.
And that's like what, £15, £10, $15, £10. I finished it in like an hour or so, and I was like, yep. I'm never going to play through this game again.
Yeah, that's
That game should have been 800 points.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been 800 points.
Should have been 4.
Again, Limbo. Sorry, what were you going to say?
It should have been 400 points for an hour. For God's sake.
Limbo again is another game that was 1,200 points, and it was like 3 hours, and people liked it.
Yeah, well, Limbo got a lot of credit though. Limbo, I haven't played it, but apparently it's a very, very good game. Also.
I thought you actually did play it. It is a very enjoyable game though. It's just pretty much a game that's pretty much no sound, like nearly no music though. It has like just a very atmospheric game though, and there is parts in that game that are pretty tough.
Yeah, that's why I haven't played it.
Have you played Limbo at all, Liam?
I own it, but unfortunately I haven't got around to playing it yet.
Well, you should take take 3 hours away or so from your day and try to play through it, or just like go through different settings.
When do I have a free 3 hours next from Lipsy? Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Joking, I'll fit in playing Limbo, and I'll give you my thoughts next week. No worries there, mates.
Alright, yeah, exactly. Just try it out though. It's very, very enjoyable game at the end of the day. Twisted Metal, I played a bit of it. Like I mentioned, it's good. It's not great.
Even
from
the
what
single
I
player
though. Yeah, it's alright though. It's not, like I said, it's not great. It's not brilliant.
Yeah.
The problem thing is, I think a lot of people have been saying this as well. The controls in it take some getting used to, because pretty much nearly every fucking button on your PS3 controller is assigned to something.
Okay.
Pretty much D-pad, face buttons, the analog sticks, the R buttons, pretty much everything, every single button is assigned to something. So some people be like, oh, it does take getting some used to though, and you can switch different settings though, control settings though.
Mm-hmm.
But most games, like driving games pretty much, you can use maybe the either X button in the PS3 or the right trigger.
Yeah.
To accelerate. Unless you use the square button.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird. But I think you can switch it to something else anyway.
Yeah, I can switch the controls probably.
Yeah, it's good though. I actually never played a Twisted Metal game before, apart from one, I think maybe a demo or one of them 5 minutes years ago. So
Okay.
this is pretty much kind of new to me in a way.
I used to play a lot of Twisted Metal when it was on the first PlayStation, I think.
Yes.
We used to rent the first PlayStation, and we used to rent Twisted Metal, and we'd be like 4 guys, well, a lot of guys taking turns playing the game, and we used to spend nights just playing that game. It was just crazy. I can't remember which Twisted Metal it was. I think it was
I think
2.
there was like, I think 2 is a lot of people's favorite
Yeah.
though.
2.
So it probably was 2. I think there was like 4 of them on the PlayStation anyway. So there was.
Yeah.
And then it's like Twisted Metal Black, and then Black Online, and then Black was pretty much the last console one.
Mm-hmm.
And then had like Head On the PSP, and then like Head On Extreme I think was just pretty much a PS2 port of it, I believe.
Okay.
And then Twisted Metal on the PlayStation 3. So yeah, it's all right. It's decent enough now. I probably won't be playing it though a lot more than like, because it'll just get very boring knowing the single player though, because that is a game, of course. That's a game you just basically need to play multiplayer.
Yeah, destined for online. Yeah.
Yeah, same with Mario Kart, same with games like that. It's fun for a while on single player, but in terms of lasting value, you have to play like with friends online, or like split screen if you can or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But like split screen for me, like couch co-op is pretty much long forgotten in my eyes, because I don't know anyone around here that plays video games.
Okay.
So I'm basically reduced to online. If it doesn't have online co-op, I'm kind of like, yep, I'm on my own here.
I got a friend at work who plays a lot of Twisted Metal and the new one online, and he says he just loves it. He adores playing it online. He's crazy about it. And this is a guy who's an RPG fan buff. He only plays RPGs and Dead Souls and
Dark
Souls
Souls
and all that. Yeah, Dark Souls. He's very big in Dark Souls. I think he finished it twice. But now he just plays that game.
Played him.
Yeah, he plays that game. He plays Twisted Metal and he loves it. He says the online is some of the best thing he's ever played in his life. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe the online is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I heard the online's very enjoyable though. I just heard like there was like problems with it though, like connectivity
Yeah,
issues.
they're
I
fixed
don't know
now.
if they've
They're fixed.
been fixed.
Yeah.
Okay. But like I know when it came out though, a lot of people couldn't like connect to games, and then you see David Jaffe on Twitter saying, "Yeah, we're trying to sort it out now."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but anyway, and finally I've been playing Kid Icarus Uprising on the Nintendo 3DS. And let's just say this game is not friendly for left-handed people
Yeah.
in terms of controls. So I'm left-handed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Liam now. Is Liam left or right-handed?
I am right-handed.
And you're
Myself.
right-handed, aren't you, Dennis?
Yep.
So yes, I'm pretty much the odd one out here. Yes, it's pretty much a tricky system though, because there is different control settings.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can use the circle pad to move pet, or you can use like the stylus as well. Like there's these different control settings. You can either use the circle pad or stylus or whatever, or you can use the stylus to move the reticle or the face buttons or whatnot. Now, it's kind of it's not friendly for left-handed people. That's pretty much all I can say about it in terms of controls.
Mm-hmm.
And like when you're doing air battles, it's pretty much hard, because I used the circle pad and like the face buttons to move the reticle, which is kind of it's like just a bit hard, because you're trying to like aim at them, and like there's not really any lock-on system in this, which for people like myself would be really appreciated. It just makes things a lot easier.
Are
But
you playing with
unfortunately
the stand, the thing that it comes with?
No,
No.
I haven't been. No.
Okay.
I wouldn't. That probably might help a bit though if I'd used it like on a hard surface thing, and like just use the stylus then to like target with the reticule.
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, I haven't been though, because I haven't like been sitting down like on a hard surface or anything like that now.
Okay.
That doesn't take away from the fact it's a great game. I really do enjoy it. Like I listened to the start of this week's Jam Bombcast, and
hmm
Brad Shoemaker on it pretty much has been praising the game as well, apart from like the controls.
Yeah, apparently
So
it goes
pretty much,
into some weird flashbacks to
yeah,
the
it's
other.
pretty much has like meta humor thing. Like that's one of the cool things as well. Like at the bottom of the screen when you're playing, you see like some of the old enemies from the first game, like their actual 8-bit sprites
Yeah,
when they're mentioning them, which is pretty cool. But like if you've seen the quick look for it, you've pretty
yeah, I
much
saw that.
seen that though anyway. Um, it's a very good game though. It's actually quite hard, because that's one of the things that's interesting about it as well, because you can sort of set your own difficulty to it,
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it's pretty.
because you have like from 0 to 9, and pretty much like you spend hearts, which you pretty much get from defeating enemies, and like the more hearts you have, the higher the difficulty level you can put it at. So you can put like 0 or something, which is like super fucking easy, just pretty much child's play, or you put the fucking 9, which is pretty much bullet hell probably. So it is, and you pretty much have to like evade like a bloody god,
Yeah.
from like enemies not there, and like down in the middle like was probably like standard or whatever as well. I tried the standard. I did like 4 or 5 or so, 3, 4, 5, for the first couple of missions, and then like fucking the chapter 4 was getting on my nerves, and then probably maybe finished it in about 2 or so, because that's all I can afford at that point, because I had hardly any hearts because I kept wasting them and kept dying. So pretty much just did in like the second
hmm
difficult, like 2.0 or something, which is like standard, like has different standard, like tough, like challenging or something, whatever the different difficulty levels are.
hmm
But it's a very good game though indeed. I have to say it's definitely a great game. So if you own a 3DS, I recommend picking it up at the end of the day. Right, that's it for our feature-length games we've been playing pretty much. I think we've been going on for nearly an hour now, pretty much. So we've been. So anyway, we're going into my feature now. Unless you have anything else to go on, if you want to plug your channel a bit more on Twitch, Liam, or do you want to go through achievements or whatever?
No, I think you can pretty much take over now, matey.
Okay, right. So anyway, actually, before I go into that, you did send me the list of games.
Oh, the gentleman's challenge. We forgot about that, didn't we?
I actually forgot that I did actually play Deadly Premonition. And Denis can vouch for how fucking weird that game is.
It's weird in an awesome way.
Because you played it up to like the end, you couldn't beat the final boss, if that's correct.
Well, I was about to beat him, but the game glitched,
Oh, yeah,
and I had
that's
to
right.
restart again. So I said, no, I'm gonna keep it for. I should go finish it because I heard rumors that there's gonna be a Deadly Premonition 2. I heard it's gonna be announced at probably E3 this year. That's what I
Right.
heard. But it's only
It's
rumors.
coming to the PS3 though. It was announced at GDC, I believe.
hmm
It's coming to the PS3. So, but I don't. This is the first I've heard of any rumors of a sequel. But if that's the case, that'll make a certain person that me and Liam know, Andy, very very happy.
Oh man, I really enjoyed the game though. I mean, it is. I mean,
It's broken.
yeah, well, it's broken. There's a lot of stuff that's not well done. Like the map system is really bad, and there's a lot of glitches and stuff like that. But if you're a fan of Twin Peaks, if you're a fan of that type of
I've never watched that show, so
yeah, but I used to
I
watch
heard
it, and it's very,
weird
very
things
good.
about it.
It is a
I-
weird ass game. I mean, really, the weirdest game I've ever played in my life. It is just bonkers.
Yeah. Like I actually have to watch Twin Peaks though, because I know it's pretty much heavily influenced by
Very
that there
heavily, yes,
series.
very heavily.
And I believe it's on Netflix at the moment though, so I should try out a few episodes and see if it's my cup of tea, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that game is fucking weird. As I say, I love it though. The fact is, like, when you're driving around, he pretty much talks to like Zach,
Yeah.
and he pretty much says, "You know, this movie here was directed by this guy, And yes, that's right. He also did this here, and like there's so much fucking 80s references.
Yeah.
Like I think he mentions like the Back to the Future and the DeLorean or whatever.
Yeah.
Like one point, it's like, oh, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's what the part that's really, really amazing, really awesome.
It's just like all the different little conversations he has,
Yeah.
like in terms of like 80 references and that. There, it's pretty awesome. Yeah.
It's-
I'm not really that far into it though. I'm like, I think episode 1, chapter 4 or 5. I just did like I just like got out of the hospital though, when you have to like fight your way out of the hospital.
Yeah, oh yeah, I remember.
So I'm not really that far into the game though. So, but I'm sure it gets much weirder than that anyway.
Oh, it gets pretty plenty weird. But it's
Yeah.
an awesome game. It's a really, really fantastic game.
Yeah. Exactly. It's just it's not great like in sort of gameplay way. It's not like awesome though. It's all right though. But in terms of personality, it has it in spades.
Yeah, if you're ready to look past the glitches and the occasional crashes or stuff like that, it's really good. It's a really good game.
So anyway, back into the topic once again. Back side tangent. We tend to do that a lot here. So anyway, Liam sent me a bunch of games on Twitter there. Only just reminding him before the podcast about it because he didn't do it at all. And he has a bunch of games here. So he did. As you know, last week he challenged me to do Telepremonition, which we just talked about there.
Mhm.
And he sent me a bunch of lists here. And I am going to ask him to complete one of my favorite games on the PlayStation 2.
Oh no.
So I think that means, oh great, I know what it is already.
long time that's gonna take.
It's not that long. The second one's longer. It's still a long game though. It's one of my favorite games on the PlayStation 2. It's a collaboration between Squaresoft back in it, or as it was back then, or Square Enix now, and Disney. It pretty much has it has a lot of sort of sequels, spin-offs, you may say. In terms of like an actual true sequel, there hasn't been one since 2006. It stars various Disney characters like Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and ones from various Disney films like, you know, Hercules, Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan. What's the game, Liam?
Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, Kingdom Hearts. So again, basically just challenge you to go through the game and play through the game. If it was Kingdom Hearts 2 now, I would have be devious and would have actually challenged you to actually get the secret ending, which is pretty hard to do. It's a tedious task, because in the second Kingdom Hearts game you actually have to in order to get the secret ending, well, there's a hard way to do it and there's an easy way. The easy way is just finish the game in Pride mode, which is like the highest difficulty. But the way I would have done it is the way I did it when I played it, is you pretty much have to fill up Jiminy Cricket's journal with all these different things. You have to do all these different missions and like beat the mission requirements for them. You have to get so many different like shards I cannot pronounce that word for the life of me. Synthesis. Yes. Oh jeez, I'm lazy at that word. And pretty much had to do that though. And I did all that there and pretty much like finished the game in about 66 hours. And that was Kingdom Hearts 2. So, but I played the shit out of that game. I was at my granny's at the time because I was staying with her, because like pretty much taking care of her at the time, because like everyone else was like away, and like I was unemployed at the time. I finished university, was looking for a job, and I played it non-stop that week and finished it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Liam, whenever you do, play through Kingdom Hearts, and hopefully you enjoy it as much as I do.
I sure hope I do, matey. I sure hope I do. And I'll probably end up live streaming it as well. So one day you can pop in and see how far I've got.
Yes, I can say, right, do this here. No, you're doing this wrong. Do this here. If it was Kingdom Hearts 2, I could help you because I've got like the guide for it. And that's pretty much why I kind of cheated in a way though, because that's pretty much what I used to get the secret ending. Because I pretty much used that guide religiously to like help me do like the different missions and that there, but still a great game. So anyway, on to DAO's Delights now. Last 2 weeks have been, you know, different games that kind of been a bit underrated in my opinion. This one is a bit different now, in that it's not really underrated. But again, it might be in terms of, you know, some people's favorite N64 games. When people go on about N64, you usually hear games like, you know, Mario Kart 64, which I think is overrated. Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, you know, Super Mario 64, and games like that.
Give us a couple clues, see if we can guess it.
I'll get to that in just a few moments. It is my favorite game for the N64. It's made by Rare, so you have you're shorting down the list there big time, but I still haven't named it. It has a kind of, you know, language barrier. There's quite a few expletives in this game. It's pretty much one of the very few mature games on the N64.
I know what it is.
I know what it is also.
It stars a very nice squirrel.
Yeah.
And there's one of my favorite characters ever in a video game, a big, giant, singing and talking piece of shit. So, what's the game, guys?
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Conker.
Exactly. Conker's Bad Fur Day. It is one of my favorite games of all time. It's just one of my favorite games. It's my favorite game in the N64. It pretty much stars Conker, who goes out one night and gets himself plastered, tanked, hammered, drunk, whatever you may want to say. There's so many different slang terms for being drunk.
Yeah.
I've never drunk, like I never got drunk in my life. I never will, because I'm not like fond of the beer or alcohol whatsoever. So I'll never experience that. Basically, it starts him he goes into a bar one night and gets himself completely drunk. And then he wakes up totally hungover and is trying to return home to his girlfriend Barry. And along the way, he pretty much gets himself in all sorts of crazy adventures, like fighting a giant piece of shit, which is awesome. Trying to help a guy, like male bee, pollinate with a flower who has big breasts. And also trying to avoid these guys that are trying to help the sort of villain of the game, the Panther King, fix his table because one of his table legs are short, and they find out that a perfect fit for it to like keep it balanced is a red squirrel. Now, it is absolutely ridiculous in terms of some of the things you experience throughout this game. So you do. But along the way as well, you get cash, which is pretty much like there's certain points in the game you get cash, so you do. And there is a few points in the game you have to have enough cash in order to like progress on to the next area now. Like, I think there's like 2 or 3 different parts of the game you actually have to have the right amount of cash, or else you have to go back and like, you know, find the remaining cash items you can get at that point now. Now, this game is pretty much, it's mainly like a platformer, like action platformer though, but there is certain points in the game that you actually are shooting, especially in this chapter called War, which you fight the enemies called the teddies.
Okay.
So you do, which are pretty much like these stuffed teddies. So like they're kind of like you take their like teddy bears, but with a fucking mean ass attitude.
Yeah.
And they're absolutely awesome. I love the teddies in this game. And it has a lot of references to certain films that were popular at the time. Like it has Save It like when you get into the like island part in island part in War, you pretty much experience like the openings kind of like Saving Private Ryan. like D-Day thingy.
Yeah.
When it slows down and like you see people getting shot and out there.
Yeah.
It also references Terminator. When you fight this big giant haystack monster.
Okay.
And it goes like Suzy 9mm. And also there's Matrix as well.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much kind of a referential game though as well. The single player is awesome, but I have really fond memories of the multiplayer, and that is the reason why is because back when this came out around the time I went over to my granny's house with my cousin who stayed with her there, so he did, and we used to stay up pretty much like all night before wrestling pay-per-view. Like we stay up late to watch wrestling pay-per-views, like during the summer months and that there, to play Conquer's Bad Fur Day multiplayer, and we had such an absolute blast playing it though. The different modes there is, like there's one that is like called Vault that you actually have to go into the middle and get the cash and bring it back to your own vault. It's like these weasels, which are in the main game as well. You can hit them with bats and whack them. Like they're kind of like mafia weasels pretty much.
Okay.
And there's like one, they're pretty much like team deathmatch. Kind of, one team's the squirrels, and the other team's the teddies.
Mhm.
And there's like a just standard team deathmatch, and there's like one like you have to bring this like container thing, kind of capture the flag in a way. You have to bring this like poison like container into like a certain area, bring it back to your base,
Okay.
or like bring it back in this area, and then like the whole area will get gassed. If you're not in like if you don't have a gas mask on, you can die and then get points for the other team.
Okay.
And there's like other ones as well, like tanks, which were not good. But the one we really played was Vault really, and like team deathmatch. So it was it was made by Rare. The voice acting in it was absolutely hilarious. There's just some parts in it were absolutely funny. I recommend going online and just like the Great Mighty Pooh. As I said, one of the best moments in that game by far. Just basically go on YouTube and type in Great Mighty Pooh, Conquer or whatever, and just watch that part, and hopefully, if you've never seen it before, laugh hysterically like I did when I first played it. It has an Xbox like re-release. It had like an Xbox port called Conquer Live and Reloaded. So it did, which was released in 2005. The original was released in 2004. 2001, sorry. And I had it as well though, but it's not as good. And one of the few reasons why it's not as good is, one, the multiplayer in the N64 game is pretty much completely obliterated.
Okay.
Because it's just replaced with this, standard team deathmatch thing now, which is alright but not great. It doesn't have the charm of the multiplayer stuff that was in the original.
Mm-hmm.
And in the single player, which does look nice, like the graphical upgrade and all does look nice, but the fact of the matter is, there's certain words that weren't expletive in the N64 version were censored out in the Xbox version.
Wow. Okay.
Which kind of was a bit of annoying as well, because that wasn't censored in the N64 version. So if you played that one and then played this one, then you'd notice the difference. But if you never played the original though, and that was the first one you experienced, then you wouldn't really notice the differences anyway. But if you went back to it, then you would.
Okay.
That's pretty much all I have to say about it though. I can go on all day, but I'm kind of rambling on like I tend to do. But I absolutely love the game. My favorite N64 game. Just have so much fun memories playing the single player, playing the multiplayer with my cousin. Before watching wrestling pay-per-views back in the day, and just having an absolute blast. Great. It's 11 years old, and still think it's one of the best games from the 21st century.
Oh, that's good.
So, anyway, do you have an N64, Liam?
I do.
Have you ever played Conquer's Bad Fur Day?
Unfortunately, it's always been out of my price range, but my cousin did play it back in 2003.
Right.
He had it, and it was humorous. And before I go any further, I do apologise. I'm not talking very much today. I'm just listening because having a guest in, you know, I love listening to people's experiences gaming and what they've been playing, and so I apologise. I'm not as talkative as I usually am.
I think we should be the ones apologising because it's me and Dan's kind of rambling on.
I'm just
and
a guest
then
here. I'm not even.
Yeah.
No
We've
worries.
been hearing the guest more than we have you. People will be saying, what the heck? Where's Liam?
Don't worry about anything at all, fellas. It's my cousin owned it back in 2003, but he only owned it for a week because he didn't like it, and at the time I was 13 and he was 11. How his parents bought in that game back then?
So you were pretty much underage.
Yeah,
Well,
literally.
but look at me. I was underage. I was like, I was like 16 when I got it. It came out in April 2001. So pretty much 11 years. Pretty much 11 years next week. So it is. It came out in April 6th from what I see here on Wikipedia. So
He got as far as the huge amount of crap that you were talking about earlier, shut it off, and had nightmares for like the next fortnight. So we got to the amount of crap, and that's as far as we got.
well,
That's
he
great.
couldn't get the toilet roll in his mouth. And that's the truth, though. You actually have to, when he opens his mouth, when he goes like singing, he goes like, oh, you have to throw like big toilet roll, like lube toilet roll in his mouth just to feed him.
Okay.
That's my absolute favourite part in that game. Though. I fucking love that part, though. Actually, that's if you listen to this on edit though, that's gonna be like for you people, that's gonna be the intro, one of the singing parts of that game. Is gonna be the intro because each week they tend to have like a different sort of intro theme, as if you may already know. First Shenmue, second week it was Mystical Ninja. This week will be something from Conquer's Bad Fur Day. So what will it be next week? Who knows? So anyway, that will probably do. I really recommend getting Conquer's Bad Fur Day though. It's a shame though. I know it couldn't ever be released though because it was Rare and Microsoft own Rare now, so it can never be released on the Virtual Console. But I know it is a game that still goes for a good price on eBay from what I can gather.
It does.
So I think it goes for like maybe like 30, 40, 50 pound or so still a pretty pricey game and for some people. So anyway, let's end this now. We're nearly on the hour and a half mark now. Not the Skype timer now for you. It's the actual time. It's nearly an hour and a half. So, let's wrap this up with what we've been watching. So, Liam, what have you been watching?
Well, I'm probably going to get mocked for this from our viewers and probably you as well, Darrow. Last Saturday, I did sit down and watch The Voice on BBC One.
Right. Yes. I'm not going to mock you for it though because I think that's not as bad as what my brother watches, and that he watches Geordie Shore.
Oh, I watched Jersey Shore. Yeah.
No, not Jersey Shore. Well, I think he watches both of them. Jersey Shore and Geordie Shore. Geordie Shore is pretty much the English version of Jersey Shore, Denis.
Okay.
Which has Newcastle people or whatever, or like people from around that area here. So it's pretty much just it's just pretty much Jersey Shore set in England.
Okay.
Trash TV at its finest, pretty much.
You guys got your Snooki or?
I wouldn't know because I don't fucking watch that shit. So, pretty much asking Liam that stuff.
I've never seen Geordie Shore before.
Oh, you watch Jersey
Yeah,
Shore?
because at least I can understand what the Jersey Shore people say.
I know.
Hey, Pet, we just gotta go get bladdered now.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they talk like. So we've lost our Geordie listeners if there's any of them. Right. So yes, continue on, Liam. The Voice.
The Voice.
Yes, a lot of people. Sorry, go ahead.
It wasn't too bad the first week because it was something new. I thought, oh yeah, I'll sit down and watch this because I do enjoy my singing. The panelists are Tom Jones, a Welsh crooner who's been around since, what, the 50s?
Oh yeah, he's been around.
Denis has heard of him then, so I saw.
We got Jessie J. Can't stand that woman.
Do you know who that is, Denis?
No idea who that is.
She's a sort of big pop star now here in the UK. She came into fruition last year, so.
Okay.
We got Danny O'Donoghue of The Script.
Irish band.
Okay.
And you should know this last guy now.
Will I Am.
Oh, of course. Who doesn't?
Which I actually kind of find ironic that he's a judge on that show called The Voice, which is finding people who can sing great, where he relies on fucking auto tune and shit like that. I just find that completely ironic.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. First week, there were a couple of recycled people that, different taste in music, and some of them I thought were crap, and others which were really good, but it's just generic singing, like the X Factor, Pop Idol, whatever like that. Nothing to write home about. But I'm not watching it this week. Haven't recorded it at all.
I think it's over now, that and Britain's Got Talent are on at the moment though, which I could not care less about.
Yeah.
Because I'm when I actually used to watch shows like X Factor and Pop Idol, but mainly because of the auditions, which some of these people in it, they came in, you hear them, you think, oh, I'm such a great singer, I'm great, and you hear them and they sound absolutely ghastly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the auditions are awesome for the real show.
But unfortunately now, they've ruined the auditions because they show a lot less of that stuff and more of the actual singing people. And that's the goddamn truth.
Same thing here
So,
in North America.
I don't even, they do, it's pretty much been that way now overall. It's just the pie just reduced it, the pie just thought the auditions was just some big joke now. Just focus more on the actual singing people, the ones who have the talent, as opposed to the ones who are talentless.
Yeah.
And I just if I want to watch the talent people, I'll watch it later on.
Mhm.
I came here to watch the people who are so delusional that they think they can sing when they can't, and I find hysterical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The voice is different over here. We don't have the same judges as you guys.
Of course you wouldn't. Who's the judges now?
Christina Aguilera,
Right.
CeeLo Green. You don't know the other two. I don't really know. There's a country guy in there. I have no idea who he is, and another guy which I have no idea who he is either. But Christina Aguilera and CeeLo Green are pretty popular. So.
Yeah, I heard of them now. So that's the US version, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the US version of The Voice.
Adam Levine and Blake Shelton.
Oh, Adam Levine. Okay, yeah, that guy I know.
Fine.
Blake Shelton, I
So-
do not know.
So that's the four judge. Yeah, Blake Shelton. I think he is a country star, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah, Adam Levine, who had one of the most played out songs last year here, which was "Moves Like Jagger."
oh, okay, he's in
Maroon 5. That song was so played out here.
Yeah,
Just
over here
before
too.
the stars.
Oh, please don't sing it now, or else I'm gonna end this podcast.
Away. Me. Okay. And it goes like this. Yeah, anyway. Other stuff I've been watching. That's it, really. That has been it. I'll catch up with Raw and SmackDown tomorrow night, just before WrestleMania. I know what's happened, but, I'll watch it tomorrow, get all hyped up. But other than that, it's just been mainly sports and everything, like football and golf and tennis and things, but really nothing to write home about.
Yeah, and if you want to put our listeners to sleep, you can just talk about football and golf then.
What
Yeah,
they
those
do, my dear listeners, is they hit the ball off the tee. Then they put their hand to their forehead and look as though they can see where it's going. then it goes into the sand, and then they make a nice little sandcastle, and then everybody goes on.
At least Tiger Woods is back. At least he won.
Yeah.
Yay!
He won the last tournament last Sunday. So just in time for the release of his video game, which is
Oh
nice
yes, of
coincidence.
course.
I smell a conspiracy, little Jimmy.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So anyway, what have you been watching, Dennis?
TV wise, well, The Walking Dead is over now. It ended 2 weeks ago. Incredible season finale. Can't wait for it to start back up in October. It's really too short, these 13 episode seasons. Jesus. I don't know why it's only that amount of episodes, but
I think it's probably couldn't make the budget perhaps as well though, because they probably couldn't afford a whole But that's kind of the same for those shows now. Like there's a show I'm back to watching now that pretty much has the same amount of episodes, which I'll talk about in just a few moments when I get into what I've been watching.
yeah, well, the Walking Dead is done, so it's pretty. Been watching a little bit of baseball since baseball is coming back. Season begins next week, so I've been watching.
You've been watching it more than hockey now, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm a Canadian and I'm watching more baseball than hockey.
Which is
Go
kind
figure
of part
that
of
one out.
that's the weird thing as well.
Oh, my team's not doing well in the hockey, so
So just like, oh fuck it, there's
Yeah.
no point of watching them. If
not
they're
very interesting. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've been watching Raw. I don't really watch SmackDown because I don't know. I don't really enjoy the talent on that show, but been watching a lot of Raw. Well, I've watched Raw. I've been getting back into WWE, especially with WrestleMania coming tomorrow.
Yeah, and then you'll probably just drop off afterwards. So
Yeah, well, when WrestleMania is done, it goes back to being boring for about 2 months, just before they kick back with SummerSlam and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So, card for tomorrow seems to be, on paper, it looks excellent. Like it could be one of the best WrestleManias ever. But we know that probably it won't happen the way it's supposed to. But we'll see. We'll see. I think
actually, before we get into that, no, we're going to do little wee prediction things here now
Okay.
with each of the matches.
Okay.
Just going to get the match list on here on the site,
ahead.
and we can go through each of the matches and predict who the winner will be.
I'm ready for it.
But yeah, I can agree that I think the card this year looks a lot better than it did last year.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
I think last year's card kind of sucked.
Last year wasn't very. It wasn't a very good card.
It wasn't a very good pay-per-view overall. Despite the fact that I don't know, like I got it on Sky Box Office,
Mhm.
but I never paid for it. For some reason, I never got charged for it.
That's good.
I was like, yeah, great, I got this for free. I was like, great, I didn't have to waste £15 on this crap. So anyway, we'll start with just the bottom stuff.
Yep.
Oh, I actually see there's another match that was added, which will probably end up being a fucking tag team championship triple threat
Yeah,
match.
that's being shown on the WWE website. Man.
there's a
Yeah,
match
which will
added?
that'll probably be added before the card, because you tend to fucking shove that tag team matches before the card now, like a dark match or whatever.
Tag teams are
I wouldn't be surprised.
big now, so
So who is it now? It's Primo and Abraco against the Usos and Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd in a triple threat match.
okay.
Predictions?
Oh boy, I haven't been watching the tag team stuff a lot. But I think Primo and Epico probably retain. Just gonna put that out there.
Not that it matters anyway, though, because the tag team division, as I said before, has been pretty much dead since like mid 2000s.
Yep. Pretty much.
They could not care less about the tag team division. I don't think it's been great at all since mid 2000s
They
or
haven't
so.
had a good team in a while, so
No,
yeah.
like that. What was the last great team? World's Greatest Tag Team.
Yes.
Well, good. Yeah, that was an awesome team.
That was probably the last good team, and I believe they're in Ring of Honor
They
now.
are.
So they are.
Really?
Yeah, they're in. Yeah, that's where they're at now.
Okay. That's good.
I think.
Well-
I think they're still called that now, or something slightly different now.
Most underrated wrestler of all time, Shelton Benjamin. Never got his shot.
Yeah,
Never got a shot.
yeah. He did beat Triple H 3 times in a row, I believe, if I recall.
Yeah, when they're doing that little push for him.
Yeah. And he had a fantastic match with Shawn Michaels on Raw, part of the Gold Rush tournament.
Oh, the whole super kick when Shelton came off the top rope.
Yeah,
I love that.
that was awesome. I love that spot. So anyway, you're going with Primo and Epico, Liam?
I'll go for Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd.
Right. I'll just go with you, so it's just to make it rounded out, though, right? Honestly, I don't care, because actually me and Denis, I remember back in GameSpot as well, when WrestleMania came up, we put like our predictions,
Mm-hmm.
and then I usually did like a round-up afterwards, so we just went through each match and then say, like, give it a ranking out of 5 or whatever. So I did, and we'll probably be talking about it in the next episode anyway, like our thoughts on
Yeah.
WrestleMania, because I'll be watching it not live because 1, I'll be working,
Mhm.
and 2, I'm not gonna pay for it.
Well, I'm watching it.
Even
for
though
the
I might not get charged again,
couple-
but I don't think Lightning will hit strike now. Let's strike twice.
No, probably not.
Anyway, next match is what I refer to as the toilet break match, which is the Diva match,
Yeah.
which is Kelly Kelly and Maria Menounos, which is another celebrity tie-in shit, isn't
Yeah.
it? And against Divas champion Beth Phoenix and Eve.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, toilet break match, couldn't care less.
Yep, couldn't care less about that one either.
Yeah. We could just skip it though and say like, yep, couldn't care
But,
less, move
no,
on.
I think what would be really good for that match would be interference from Zack Ryder or something like that. That would probably make the match interesting, but I don't think it's going to happen, and I see naturally the guest star is going to win, so it's going to be Kelly Kelly and Maria Menounos who are going to win, I'm thinking.
I second that.
Yeah, it'll probably be the same because I did it with last year with Sneaky.
Yep,
With that
exactly.
car wreck
Oh,
match.
crap, that was awful. Oh, my
Just
God.
Yep, made it only worse. Sorry, Liam, what were you going to say?
do either of you read any of the dirt sheets or anything like that?
Not really, no.
I used to go on a site called NoDQ.com to like look at news and things like that, but that was it really.
Can I throw in something that I've read?
Yeah, go ahead. Wanna hear
Word is, Maria Menounos is injured. She broke a couple ribs.
it? Mm-hmm.
So Lita has been spotted in Miami.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, now
really?
that makes it a little bit more interesting.
That might. I'll still probably think they'll probably win anyway if that's the case.
Of
Yeah.
course, if Lita's there, they're gonna win. But that would.
Yeah, we'll just bring you in just to lose.
But of course, Lita's gonna be there because Edge is getting inducted tonight in the Hall of Fame, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Lita's gonna be around. But yeah, that would be awesome. That would really be great if she would actually be there. Honestly.
Apparently as well, Batista
Oh,
has been spotted with, NXT superstar Titus O'Neil
okay,
in Miami.
okay.
Brock Lesnar is also in Miami.
Mm.
And this new chap that we've seen promos for, is it Lord Tensai?
Yeah.
He's also been spotted in Miami as well.
Oh,
I have no idea who that is because I don't watch the show.
but Batista wasn't he? Didn't he didn't he retire or what
He
happened?
did.
Yeah.
It's part of the whole, I quit with John Cena where he duct taped Batista's legs to the bottom ropes and he couldn't get up.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
there is a word that Batista's attending a marathon in Miami, and whether he's just in attendance for the Hall of Fame to show
Or-
support for Ric Flair or something.
Yeah, Ric Flair. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but who makes think those retirement things actually hold true nowadays? Because
Yeah.
we had the whole thing with Ric Flair a few years ago.
Yeah.
So we did the whole big send off, and that was great and all, and then pretty much just flipping
Shows up on TNA.
screws
Yeah.
up and just fucks that and says, yep, just show up in TNA and ruin all that there.
Yeah. I don't know. Some of them really do retire. Like Edge is surely not gonna come
Yeah,
back.
but he can't come. He can't come back. You know, like
Yeah.
in a Stone Cold Steve Austin capacity
Yeah.
now. You know, he comes in for every so often now, and like does things. But in terms of wrestling, no, he's pretty much done.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because I really liked Edge as well. Like him and Jericho were some of my favorite stars from the last several years.
Yeah, Edge. Pretty good wrestler. On top of that, so.
The ultimate opportunist.
Yep.
You got to blame Brodus Clay for his injury, though. I'm sorry, but you do. That spear.
Yeah.
Was awful. You could see how Edge jarred his back when he did it. So.
Mhm. That's true.
When was this now? Because I want to look it up on YouTube. I don't think I actually seen this.
It was the last week before WrestleMania, wasn't it, or a fortnight before WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Right, I'll look that up later then. So well.
It was awful. The way that his head and his neck snapped back, you could tell something was up.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and his match at WrestleMania was like snap over really, really fast.
It was like the first
Yeah.
match because of
Yeah.
it, I guess. It was like a World Heavyweight title match at the first card. Like,
The first match on
Really?
the card. You could see there were, he wasn't really.
he wasn't up to it
Yeah.
though, which is saying again a shame.
Mhm.
Seeing him retire though, but like he had a great career though anyway.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to see though he's getting inducted though. But they pretty much do this all the time though, and like if someone rests, like dies or they get tired or something, pretty much the following year they are gonna like get inducted.
Yeah,
Eddie Guerrero.
Except for Randy Macho Man Savage.
Yeah.
He's not
Yes.
getting inducted this year, which is weird.
That's all to do with his family, though.
Yeah.
What I've read is that he stated that he wanted all of his family to go in.
Yeah, at the same time as him, his father and
His brother.
Lenny Puffo and all those. Yeah. I heard that too.
And I just said no. Yeah.
Man said no, forget it.
Yeah, but okay, again, yeah, he definitely should be
No,
in
yeah.
the Hall of Fame.
He belongs there.
We'll just have to wait and see if one day it actually does. But anyway, back to the card here.
Alright.
Again, another side tangent. I think I'll just call this this tangent episode. Anyway, next match is Randy Orton versus Kane.
Oh god. My god.
Oh, this is
I don't know why they did that. Yeah, okay, Randy Orton needs a spot in WrestleMania. That's understandable, but why is it not Kane versus Zack Ryder? I mean, with everything that happened between those two, it's like when Cena beat Kane, everything stopped.
Yeah.
Like everything just boop, everything's done.
They tend to do that far too often, though, where they actually have a bit like a line, like a storyline, or like build a rivalry or something, and then once just something happens, like boop, that's it. Just pretend it never existed.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about the WWE, what they do with the storylines. I can understand the storyline doesn't go on forever, but it would have been nice to see Kane versus Zack Ryder at WrestleMania. I mean, that's pretty much what I was expecting, but when they said, hey, it's Randy Orton, I'm like, what the hell is Randy Orton doing? It was probably going to be Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett, but since Barrett got injured, they had no choice.
Now, I was going to ask something. Zack Ryder, he's on Raw, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on Raw.
Does he get a good pop?
He depends on the city.
Yeah.
Right.
It depends, really, doesn't it, Dennis?
Yeah, I think
Right.
some people are getting annoyed by him because in some cities he actually gets booed. And I mean, I don't hate the guy, but it's just too much. Like what he does is just too much of.
I never heard of him until I seen a cat on a video of his YouTube
Yeah.
channel, like Joey did.
Mhm.
That's how I was introduced to him. I don't think I ever saw him on WWE until I saw that. I was like, who is this guy? He's like, oh, he's a WWE wrestler then.
Yeah.
That was how I was introduced to him. Never saw him in WWE until then.
Thing is he's a great wrestler, but the way they introduce him, like the way he's on. I follow him on Twitter, and just the way he He's very into Justin Bieber, and he keeps,
Oh god.
it's like, what kind of image are they putting up for this guy? It's like, okay, well, it's like the annoying guy that's like, hey, I like Justin Bieber, or hey, I'm trying to get with
Cater to the the fans, like the sort of fans you see expect from WWE nowadays, the ones who like Justin Bieber and all those, like, I believe he's actually there singing I think he's singing the
Oh, is he?
America the
Really?
Or I forget, I thought I heard that, or I don't know who it is, it could be completely wrong.
Yeah, there's a clip of him
Flo
singing in
Rida.
his car.
Yeah,
He
I
does
think
other
Flo Rida.
songs.
The guy who sings the theme for WrestleMania, I think he's gonna be there because he's from Florida, Florida. So
Flow Rider, yeah.
Wonderful.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's another guy I can't
Oh.
stand, and he has a few songs here at the moment, they're pretty much played out.
Oh,
Man.
what are the odds we're going to get Pitbull down there as well? There's 3 or 5.
Oh, Pitbull's all right, but Florida, I don't know.
Yeah, Pitbull's alright. He fucking like raps or sings like with his mouth to the side.
Yeah,
If you watch a video, you notice it. He does
yeah.
that. My brother told me that there. If you ever watch it, he just says,
Oh, it's going to sing like this, go rap like this. No,
But
Yeah,
he's a friend of The Rock, so that's why he's gonna be
yeah.
there. So.
right. So anyway, back to Randy Orton Kane. This
Oh yeah, the prediction for that.
prediction, yeah.
Randy Orton.
What is the prediction?
I guess Randy Orton. You
I'll
wanna
go Kane.
I'll probably go with I think Kane, because I think Randy Orton won last year.
But they need to do.
Yes, he did.
They need to do something for this match because this match has absolutely no appeal at all.
Yeah, this is probably one of those cards. Just like, yep, just try to get these guys on the card
Like
whatsoever.
just a filler or something.
No build up, no nothing. Just like so 2 cards less.
Yeah.
They could have incorporated the whole back when Kane unmasked back in 2003, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like what Van Damme and that there.
Yeah, because if you watch back where it was the match between Kane and Triple H, it was Randy Orton that distracted Kane or the referee that gave Triple H a chance to pedigree Kane, so they could have, incorporated that.
Yeah. WWE forgets about those things. I don't know why.
Yeah, they pretty much do.
Right.
Like last year they forgot about fucking Triple H and Undertaker. The fact is they
Yeah.
already fucking wrestled at WrestleMania 17.
Yeah.
They just pretty
The
much
first time they
went on
meet.
with that.
No, it's not the first time they meet.
Yeah, they already fought fucking 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And now they're facing again for the 3rd time.
Yep.
It's like, jeez.
But I think that's going to be a good match.
Yeah, but we'll get into that in just a few moments. So anyway, next match is Team Teddy Long versus Team Johnny Laurinaitis.
Yeah, let me tell that match has potential to be very good.
Yeah.
But
What, for 2 minutes?
no, but okay, forget Kali because Kali, I have no
And
idea what
Henry.
that guy is still doing in WWE.
And Mark Henry.
Oh wow, Mark Henry.
Oh, please don't, for the love of God, defend Mark
No,
Henry.
I mean Mark Henry. I mean he's been there for a while,
He's been there 15 fucking years, or 16 years this
and he's
year.
still, he got the push, like lad.
But he still sucks.
He's not a good wrestler, of course. Yeah, he's not. I mean,
He's the same fucking moveset. for
Andre
like
the Giant
15
wasn't a
years.
good wrestler, but still,
Neither was Ultimate Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior wasn't a good wrestler at all.
Oh,
At all.
But the thing is, they had appeal, though. Like, they had, some charm or appeal or whatever, like, personality in a way.
But Mark Henry needs to be really evil.
Mark Henry has none.
He needs to be really, really evil for him to have appeal. Like really.
His highlight was probably sexual.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty. I mean, if you look at the other wrestlers, like the guys that are in the competition, David Otunga, excellent wrestler, and I like his role in the whole thing. I mean, there's Jack Swagger, Kurt Angle wannabe.
Biff Tannen lookalike.
Yeah. Biff Tannen, yeah. Yeah, I mean, those guys are good wrestlers. I mean, Dolph Ziggler is an excellent wrestler, the son of Billy Gunn.
Randy Orton. Wannabe.
Yeah, well, more of
Well, what Randy? Sorry, go
he's
ahead.
the,
I'm really interrupting a lot of people. I'm
but
fucking
he's
like, shut the fuck up.
he's the son of Billy Gunn, though. The real life son of Billy Gunn.
Hey, Dolph
Yeah.
Ziggler? Really? I never knew
Are you
that.
sure?
Yeah, well, I know I saw it somewhere. Somebody, I think it's Mick Foley who tweeted it when Dolph Ziggler did the Famouser.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the Famouser, and then I saw Mick Foley. I follow a lot of wrestlers on Twitter, by the way. He wrote, nice to see Dolph Ziggler do his dad's finishing move. So that pretty much, I think, confirms that. And he does look like Billy Gunn, if you look at him. Like he has the same style, the same, you know. It does confirm that, you know, he is the son of Billy Gunn. But, I mean, he's a good wrestler also. Doesn't get a lot of push, but he's a good wrestler. And on the other side, who's on the other side? Santino Marella?
Santino Marella.
Yeah, of course. He's pretty awesome. He's pretty good. Kofi Kingston, which I do not like. I'm sorry, but I do not like Kofi Kingston at all. He's a good wrestler, but don't really like him.
He got rid of his old Jamaican fucking spiel, didn't
Oh, that
he?
was so funny.
That was great. Hey, where did you're Jamaican?
Like, he talked Jamaican then for a while, and all of a sudden he fucking switched it, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go out and say Team Johnny are gonna win.
Anyway, I'm going to go with Team... I'll just go with Team Teddy.
Team Pep.
Actually, no, Team Teddy I'll go with. So, well, let's just get into the next, match here, which is the Intercontinental Championship match with his Cody Rhodes, dashing Cody Rhodes. I don't know if does he still go by that gimmick or not?
I'm not sure.
Because I know he used to be like that there. There's little wee segments he did with, like, making people make him look dashing and, doing the plug errors and shaving and things like that, which I found absolutely hilarious.
Because he had the dashing, and then he got injured in the nose.
Yeah, by Rey Mysterio, I believe it was.
And then he went to disfigured Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, and he had that thing on for like fucking ever, it seemed.
So I don't...
And then...
Probably the unknown Cody Rhodes now, because nobody knows what his gimmick is.
Yeah, and he's facing, of course, the Big Show.
Yes. I'd love to see Cody retain, but I think Big Show will win. But I'm still going to say Cody anyway.
Yes, I will go with, how long's has Cody Rhodes been the champion now, do you know? Again, like, I haven't been following, though. It's been a few months, I believe, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's coming up to about 200 days.
Really? So he's been that
Yeah.
long that. So I think it's probably time that title should change hands then. So I'll probably go with Big Show then.
I'd love to see Cody retain it though and overtake the Honky Tonk Man as his reign as the longest Intercontinental Champion in history.
But like that was like over a year now, was it not? So I'll doubt that will ever happen. So anyway, we're just going on about the Intercontinental Championship match, Cody Rhodes and Big Show. Your prediction?
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes.
I'll go with I think Cody Rhodes. Big Show is going to win the match. I think they've been teasing about Big Show not being able to win a match at WrestleMania and all that, and I think this is the one that he's going to win. He's going to win the Intercontinental Championship. I think it's going to happen on that occasion.
Okay, right. That's that night. And on to the title matches now, which is World Heavyweight Champion Daniel Bryan versus the Sheamus. which pretty much Dennis jokingly says that's my favorite wrestler just because the fact is he's Irish.
All right there, fella.
My name's Sheamus and I'm the WWE champion.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Well, that match should be a good one, depending on what type of interference we see from Daniel Bryan's girlfriend again. But I think it's gonna be a good one. I think Sheamus is gonna win, one way or the other.
I second that.
What about you, Jim?
Oh, jeez.
What was that?
Bad feedback there.
I'll tell you something that I do find funny though, is if AJ. No. Ignore me.
You're gonna say AJ Styles, were you?
No, I was gonna say if AJ married Daniel Bryan, then she'd be BJ, but it doesn't make sense, does it?
Oh God.
But if he married her and took her name, yeah, buddy. Yes, 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 yes.
There's the bad joke pod of the week, folks.
Come on, I'm trying to get a promo here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So anyway, you said Sheamus will win it though, so both of you just gonna say Sheamus?
You've got to say Sheamus as well, otherwise.
You have to say Sheamus.
I was gonna say Sheamus anyway, because he's a WWE champion. A former WWE champion.
He's like a jar of mayonnaise.
Yeah, it's milky white.
The Milky Way
He's like-
is good and tough.
He's the most pale wrestler on the roster, pretty much.
Yeah. He's the only one who doesn't get a tan.
Yeah, that's Irish blood for you. Anyway, let's get going into another title match, which I think should be probably one of the better matches, is CM Punk versus Chris Jericho.
Yeah. It's going to be a good one. Hard to say who's going to win, but with knowing that Jericho's probably going to leave after to go on tour with his band, Fozzy, this summer, I'm guessing CM Punk is going to win.
Yeah, I think that probably would be the case.
As much as I love Punk, I'm going to have to say Jericho on that one.
Oh, yeah? You think he's going to win?
Because Jericho, raises the bar with every person that he wrestles, and I think he's going to walk away with the titles.
Okay. And you think he's going to keep the belt long?
A couple months, probably going into, bragging rights or something, and then it'll probably be, Punk and him. If you win, if Punk wins, then Jericho's got to leave or something.
Yeah.
Jeez, Jericho's been enough of them already. Loser leaves things, hasn't it? Yeah, probably. I'm just gonna go with Jericho as well, though. But I'll probably be CM Punk retaining, though. But as I say, I really love Jericho, but I like CM Punk as well. He's a straight-out superstar. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't take drugs. Same as me.
Yeah.
So anyway, next match is The Undertaker versus Triple H Hell in a Cell match with special referee, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, that's going to be another good one. I got to say Undertaker is going to win. Probably his last match in WWE. So, yeah, I think Undertaker's going to win.
Well, considering the fact is the last match he did was fucking last year, which is just pretty much an annual appearance now for The Undertaker, because that's pretty much all he wrestles at.
Yeah, he comes back at WrestleMania and wrestles. That's pretty much the only thing he does. So I think
Yeah.
pretty much going away. I think after this one, he's pretty much done with wrestling. He's going to say 20-0. Okay, well, that's it. I'm gone. Top that. And especially since they're calling it the end of an era match. I think that pretty much has to do with the fact he's gone after this. So we'll see.
Yes, I think it's going to be a very interesting match anyway. Last year, I think a lot of people really liked last year's match. I thought it was good, though, but it wasn't a tad on, the matches that he had with Shawn Michaels. 25.6. Definitely not. So, it's going to be interesting to see. Probably I'm going to say Undertaker anyway, though. But I have a gut feeling, which could be Triple H.
Okay.
Could be Triple H. But
I'm going to just say this outright now, okay? Taker's going to win, but here's how I think the match is going to go down. Shawn Michaels, is going to go... Triple H is going to have Undertaker pinned, right? And Shawn Michaels is going to go 1, 2, right? And there's going to be a microphone in the ring, whether that's from a microphone to the head of either, wrestler. But I can see Michaels picking up the microphone saying, if I can't beat The Undertaker, then nobody can. Super kicks Triple H. 1, 2, 3, Undertaker wins.
Okay.
I would not be surprised if that goes the way it does. I would not be surprised. It's like, that to me is something that they would do.
Yeah.
So, that would be interesting. So pretty much everyone's saying Undertaker, which is not a surprise. Because in the fact is he's 19-0, which pretty much is never going to be beaten streak at this rate. So, and finally the main event, which I would be surprised if it's not the main event, but it has to be the main event. Of course, it's the hometown hero, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, The Rock, versus the Doctor of Thugonomics, Hustle Lordy Respect, fucking 50 bloody other names he seems to have now. John Cena.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think?
Well, this is going to be it's going to be a big one. It's going to be I think it's going to be a really, really big match, really good match. I think Rock is going to bring out the best in Cena. I think it's going to be pretty good. I'm thinking it's going to be John Cena who wins. No. Because I think Rock is going to pass the torch on to John Cena and so on and so forth. So I think I see.
Yeah. I probably see the same as well because, WrestleMania 10, Hogan passed the torch to Rock, and I feel the same way it's going to see here. It's going to be, and that was 10 years ago, so that has to be the case.
Yeah.
10 years ago, Hogan passed the torch to Rock. 10 years later, Rock passed the torch to Cena. It has to be the case.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen.
But the thing is, Miami's going to ride if Cena wins.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if a sign says that. If Cena wins, we riot.
Well, people don't want Cena to win, but even he said it. He says people don't want me to win. People, are against me winning, but he says I'm going to win. But I think that's what's going to happen. He's going to win tomorrow.
Shame though, but anyway, that's pretty much the card though. So, we've been going for the last, 20, 30 minutes on the card. Which is quite surprising indeed though.
I say Cena too. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I'm the virus in your computer stealing your audio.
Yeah, so it's pretty much Cena all around. So anyway, me and Liam will probably talk about it next episode and see what our thoughts are. Dennis, you'll be probably watching it live, will you?
Yeah, I'll be watching it live tomorrow with a couple of people.
Liam?
Yes, I shall also be watching it live, my friends.
Yeah, I'll be watching it on delay. I'll be watching it afterwards when I get up from work.
So you get everything
when I
spoiled by Twitter.
sleep. Yeah. And I'll probably look at the results anyway though, because I might just not bother doing it. I might not bother looking at Twitter though at all, and just I'm just gonna watch this. Don't care. I don't know who wins. Just keep my slate clean, pretty much,
Yeah,
and just go in with it, mind. So anyway, back to what I've been watching.
Oh, we're still doing that.
Yes, after a long fucking 30-minute tangent
I
now.
thought we were still on games we've been playing recently.
Yeah. It's a very long episode, the longest yet. We've been over 2 hours and 10 minutes. So we love to ramble. So anyway, I think that's pretty much all. I think that's pretty much all you've been watching anyway, Dennis, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Raw and Walking Dead and that.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, okay, so as I haven't been watching Raw, I haven't been watching SmackDown, so I don't really watch that stuff. I just check the results and things like that online and stuff though. But I'll be watching WrestleMania because the card looks interesting enough. to watch, but not enough to pay for it, because I'm a cheapskate. So anyway, what I've been watching, I mentioned this last week. Both me and myself said we mentioned this last week and said we were both watching on Netflix. I continue to watch it. I don't know about you, Liam, but I continue to watch Saved by the Bell on Netflix.
I didn't because the DNS settings that I have seemed to have blocked my Netflix account
When did this happen now?
yesterday.
Yesterday, right. I actually haven't tried it today, so it might be the same case for me again, unfortunately.
All it said was could not launch Netflix.
Right. Yes, the thing is, Dennis, when we use the US thing, this DNS thing to access the US library,
Yeah.
so we do, because the one in the UK, which is alright though, but it doesn't have the, like, you know, the library of the US one, because it has, like, loads of TV shows, loads of movies, and it has, like, a lot of, you know, wrestling, like, bio stuff as well, which is pretty cool. But like I've still been watching it though this week. Still like that show, even though it's like really fucking cheesy as hell. But I actually got people from Twitter saying, like, mentioning it when I was talking about it. It's like, did anyone give you flack for watching that show? And I said, no, not really. I was just gonna say that in case some people would. I was like, some people said, yeah, I used to watch that show when I was younger as well, so you shouldn't be ashamed. So that makes me feel a bit better for watching that. And I've been getting back into watching season 4 of True Blood. So I have, and that is another series that only has a 13 episode arc, so it does. But I think it pretty much suits the length it does, because I couldn't see that going on for an entire season, because it'll just get boring, and I think the length for it is perfect. Have any of you watched True Blood whatsoever?
No.
I haven't. No.
Right. I don't know. I doubt it'll be for you guys anyway. But I really enjoy that show. Like I watched it when it was on Channel 4 the first time, the first season, and then start watching it then from season 2 onwards on FX. The thing I don't like about the fact is though is that the series is over for months in the States before it hits here. Like, it starts in June last year and ends like August, I think, or something. August, September. And then we don't get it till like January, February the following year. As opposed to certain shows like Walking Dead, where it's on the States in Sunday night, Canada on Monday, and we get it the Friday. And same thing with like Game of Thrones, it's coming out tomorrow night, and we get it the following night. So I just don't get why we can't get it like not long after, you know, the States gets it. It's supposed to that probably just some sort of, you know, time exclusive thing or whatever. It kind of sucks though. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that though. I'm not going to talk more about it though, because you couldn't care less about True Blood, so I'm not going to bore you to death about it. But I say I really enjoy that show. There's a few people I know on Twitter that really like it as well, so I'm not the only one on there on that forefront. And that's pretty much all I've been watching though, so not a whole lot though. I said I don't want to go on longer though, because we went on a 30-minute tirade there with Wrestlemania, and anyone but all but the wrestling fans will be asleep by then, so anyway, guys, that will wrap it up. It's over the 2-hour 15 mark now, so we'll go closing words here, though. So, Dennis, how was it for you?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Very enjoyable. I enjoyed my 2 hours, my entire afternoon spent with you guys. But yeah, it was pretty good, because it's the afternoon here. It's Saturday afternoon, so yeah, I enjoyed it. It was really good. If you guys want me back, I'll be happy to join with a damn headset that works.
Better mic.
Yeah, headset that works.
But your mic was going all right there until we got into the WrestleMania card, and then we just saw you just dropped off. I didn't know what happened.
My mic doesn't like wrestling, I guess. I don't know.
I just said, I don't want to work with you now anymore.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
But luckily I have this Turtle Beach one now as well, because I would have nothing. I would probably be using the shitty aged headset, not headset, webcam I would have,
Yeah.
which is like 10 years old at this rate.
Yeah, I have the headset I'm using is an old Logitech headset, and it just
Yeah,
stopped working
Logitech.
for no reason. I don't know.
Yeah. But like you can probably get one anyway for not too dear if you.
Yeah.
But like yeah, we'll bring you back though anyway. But as I said, we'll be getting more guests on. Hopefully, we'll just have to send out a few things like on Twitter and that there, and just basically say, hey, you interested in being a part of our podcast?
Yeah.
Would they? So yeah, it was good to have you though. It was nice to have a little chat anyway, because yeah, sometimes me and Des be on Xbox Live sometimes, like, and we actually do have like 2-hour conversations about random stuff, where it's wrestling, games, or the TV show. So just to have it on here now is pretty cool indeed.
Oh, thank you for having me, guys. Great.
Thank you for joining us, Dennis.
No problem.
And Liam, so any closing words from yourself?
Just thanking the listeners for listening. Our longest podcast ever, as Darrow's already mentioned, and please tune in next week. I'm pretty sure wrestling talk won't last as long as it did this week.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys.
It would have been probably just sort of the 2-hour mark if we just cut it for like maybe 5-10 minutes or so. But I just wanted to go through the Wrestlemania card anyway, though, because I want to talk more about it like over like next episode anyway, and give our thoughts on the matches and card and that there anyway. So anyway, I thank you very much for listening again, though, fellow YouTubers and gamers alike, and anyone else who comes and stumbles across this little podcast from UK gamers, Miss Darren and Liam, and a Canadian gamer. So anyway, basically before I go, I just want to go if you want to like contact us or follow us. You can go on Twitter. I am DowM85 on Twitter, so I am. I hope you follow. I'm on YouTube. I'm Dow85, so I am. And Liam, plug your shit.
I am the Donovan Viper for everything.
That's his Twitter, YouTube, and he's on Twitch TV as well. So check out his stream and watch him play Link to the Past and whatever other games he comes up with, like Kingdom Hearts. Hopefully,
Yeah.
if you don't play that within the month, I'm gonna come hunt you down and cut you.
Sweet.
And Dennis, you're not on. Well, you had a YouTube channel, but you did like one video or something, and never bothered again, didn't you?
I think I have one video on that channel. Don't even know what the name is, but anyway, I don't really have a YouTube channel, but you can follow me on Twitter, DBoy Dem. Same thing for Xbox Live, but please send me who the hell you are, because I will not accept your friend request if I don't know who you are. So
Yeah, yes, that's pretty much a rule for me as well, though, is that if you basically want to send me a random friend request on PSN, like Dow's on PSN, Retro Dow on Xbox Live, send me a message saying who you are. Like, say, I'm on Twitter, I like your stuff. Can I add you? I'll add you. Just don't send me a random friend request, because I don't know who the hell you are, and I don't like taking random friend requests.
exactly. So yeah, that's pretty much where I am. Well, if you're on GameSpot or whatever, Neo Jedi on GameSpot and D-Boy on Giant Bomb. I guess if you stop by there, I'm there. So check me out.
Yeah, but I don't do blogs and Giant Bomb anymore. Just watch the videos, because no offense to people though, but some of that community stinks.
Yeah, no, that's true. Pretty much everywhere, I guess. But
Yeah, but like it's pretty much a lot of places has the crap. Like YouTube will have some crap people there as well, so it's not free of the the jerks and that there. So anyway, guys, thank you for listening. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you all next time. So thanks for listening. Say ciao, guys.
bye.
Guys.